Pantry, and today I'm canning, but I'm gonna vlog my day. This is a busy Saturday for me. So I thought you guys have already seen me can spicy or roasted pork in spicy broth, and you've seen me can black beans, which I have right there in that pot on the stove. And so I'm just going to do a double stack canning session in pint jars. I've got all my jars out here washed and ready to go. Most of it's going to be Tatler lids. 4 jars will be Golden Harvest lids. And yeah, so I'm going to roast this pork off. I got up this morning. I've done a few things and doing laundry, that kind of thing. I've got firewood showing up today as well. So I'll take you out and show you that pile when he shows up, because he dumps it in my driveway and all I have to do is stack it. So that's happening. It's raining off and on. I'm gonna do a garden update for you. I'll give a little snippet in here if I can. And yeah, so I'm just gonna vlog along the way. But right now I'm putting this pork in the oven and I'm gonna roast it off and make my broth. So I've got to chop up a bunch of onions, and I'll probably bring you in close and let you see some stuff, but it's not going to be a tutorial. It's going to be, hey, this is what I did with my day. And this morning I spent some quiet time in my canning books, and now I've got a bunch of stuff I want to do. Plus I watched a little bit of YouTube, and that inspired me even more to do some more stuff. So okay, it's a busy kitchen today, so come on along, and yeah, we're gonna can up some pork and beans. So this is some little yellow onions. I love the onions in this. It flavors the broth. I've already got my broth. I've got chicken broth. This is a 5-quart pot. I've got at least 4 quarts of chicken broth with 3 tablespoons of Mexican oregano, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, maybe a tablespoon of, not even a tablespoon, probably a healthy teaspoon of ground pepper, black pepper. And as much as I love black pepper, I think that's plenty. And then the red pepper flakes, it makes it spicy and delicious. For tacos, I mean, you'd be surprised how fast you go through this. I'm like, I need some more pork and spicy broth. So 3 medium to small onions, and yeah, let's see, this one looks like it has a bad spot somewhere in there, but no, I guess not. So I like, for these, I like to half moon these, and this is one of my Rada knives. Oh, I love it. It is super sharp. So I cut these in half, but then sometimes I feel like they still are too long of strands, so I'll cut these again, these halves in half, so you're quartering them, right? Quarter your onions, and then you'll have small enough. It's easier to manage in the jar, is all I'm saying. And just cut them, slice them in no more than 1/4 inch strips. And you don't have to worry about breaking these up. They're just gonna they'll come apart in the broth, right? So there you go. And there's that. I'm gonna continue on. I'll be back. I haven't heard anything from the firewood guy. Roasted pork. Whew. Look at that. Yum. Close that. And I've got my spicy broth all ready to go. It's hot and ready. The beans are hot, so as soon as I get these jars filled, then I will fill the remainder of the jars that will go in the canner with black beans and broth, right? So there you go, a roasted pork. And this is about 90% the way done. Let me grab a paper towel with some vinegar and yeah. So I'm excited because this will it'll stock up my beans again. You know, I did a full canner load of beans last year, Chipotle black beans, and you would think that that would have lasted, but it's surprising how fast you do go through it. And I don't get crazy if some of the broth from this pork gets in here. It's just gonna make it delicious. And a pint of this is, oh, it's so good. But I want as much of the roasted pork as I can get, but I also want that delicious onions and broth. And you have to stir the broth every time you take a scoop because you want that Mexican oregano. So get some onions, and you want an inch of headspace as always, guys. That's what I'm doing. So I'm probably, while I'm doing this, there we go. While I'm, ooh, yum. While I'm doing this, and that's perfect for headspace. And hot jars. So take your Tatler, and that's what I'm using today. You don't need to heat them up. I've been doing this without heating them, and they do just fine in the pressure canning. Now for water bath canning, I heat them up. So you want to center your lid, get your ring on. It's cross threading. There we go. And it's, as soon as the jar starts turning, that's fingertip tight. Back it just a little bit, okay? And then in the canner it goes. My canner's sitting at 180 degrees waiting for the rest of these. These jars are warm and tempered, so I have them in a hot sink and then bring them over here and we're good to go. All right. Fresh pico out of the garden, and one jalapeno was sufficient, but I need to go get cilantro. So yeah, the canner's rocking. Okay, so I'm gonna pick some of this cilantro to go in there, and look at this beautiful, this is a slow bolting cilantro. So anyway, sorry about the noise, we got a house being built down below us. Okay, got it dried off and just bundle it up. I got a nice bunch, and it's young, so it's tender. The stems, everything go in here. Anyways, so I did tomatoes out of the garden, one jalapeno, and I thought, well, if I need another one, I'm glad I did just one. It's plenty hot. And I'm not a wimpy lipper. So, anyway, this cilantro goes into the pico, and my pico is done. And I chopped it all in that same container with my Tupperware chopper. And now I can put the lid on it and store it in there, and I'll see it. So I'll know, hey, you need to use that pico, right? So that's the stir, and yum. Now I've got salsa for the week, for whatever I want to do. Look at that. Beautiful. Perfect. Okay, perfect amount of salsa. All right, guys, we're clipping along. I'm waiting for my wood to show up. I better have a bite. You know what it needs? Garlic. Okay, so the firewood just showed up. Here we go. They dumped it. That's a big pile. That's a cord of wood in a pile. And I now have to get that back around the side of the house and stacked. Wish me luck. Oh, and I'm mounting a big shade, a drop down or roll down shade for my deck to keep the intense sun in the afternoon from being miserable and heating up the house, and it also will give me a little privacy. Okay, that's what's happening. Okay, canning session is done. Let them come down off of pressure and let the canner cool down. They're still pretty hot, even though they've been sitting in that canner for about a half hour. They're still boiling, but it looks like all the lids have sucked down. I've tightened all the tattlers. That's what you do. All the the 4 button top lids are there, but oh, the beans look good. They filled the jars. Anyway, there's my canning session, and let me show you what else I got done. Okay, so I got this roll-up shade for my deck in front of the Weber, and it'll help where the glass door is to keep the direct sun coming out. So it blocks 95% of the UV rays, and it gives me some privacy and the neighbors some privacy. So anyway, I got the idea from them. And I don't lose my view. Anyway, I gotta get back to firewood. Okay, so here's today's cord of firewood. Woohoo! And yeah, so I've got room for another cord easily. That's 2 cords put away for this coming winter. Anyway, okay guys, I'm going to end this vlog and say thank you for indulging me. Yeah, I'm gonna go check the seals on my jars. It's been a big day. I need a shower, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Don't forget, subscribe, and yeah, come back next time. All right, bye.